You are now listening to Hong Kong 2, the only podcast sanctioned by People's Republic of China, featuring Chris Lynch and Benjamin Taylor.
I was just about to shoot up. This is HK2, the only podcast that is sponsored by heroin.
That's sponsored by heroin. Well, in the future, heroin's gonna be like Kratom. It's gonna be like in gas stations and have branding, right?
Oh yeah, like have a disposable heroin.
Yeah,
things.
that as a vape.
Maybe like a needle.
That would be insane.
A needle that you buy at the gas station. Let's talk about.
It's like buzz balls. You get them at the. They're right there on the counter. You can just grab them, throw it down.
Yeah,
next to the peanuts.
Yeah,
exactly. For those of you listening or tuning in visually, we have Scott Sullivan, aka
Sensei Scott.
Sensei Scott, aka Sifu.
What episode?
Scott Sullivan. What's up?
Are we on episode?
We're
27?
on episode 26.
26.
I might be wrong.
I don't know.
Don't quote me on it. But we're here with Scott. He's gracing us with his presence, and we're very thankful for Scott to be here.
Yeah, thanks
Scott
for coming,
Sullivan,
Scott.
MMA.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Scott's killed people before with his bare hands.
Well,
I have.
Scott Sullivan doesn't do MMA. The MMA stands for murder mostly anyone.
Yeah, yeah. Is that true? Can you confirm?
I mean, I told you guys that in confidence. So, you're gonna have to cut this.
We're gonna be murdered. Murder mostly anyone.
Yeah, murdered by MBS, murdered by Scott.
Yeah, but I don't know what we were talking about before, but hey, Miles. We got Miles McGrady in the back.
Hey, Miles. You remember Miles from last
You remember
week?
Miles from the last episode, but yeah.
How you been, Scott?
Been doing all right. Just taking this shit one day at a time. Fucking
Yeah.
Just living life.
I see you've been doing live streams.
Yeah. I like to do the live streams. They're easier to do than videos and shit like that.
How's that been?
It's been all right. I'm fixing to be the next Hassan. So,
okay.
It's quite the journey, but I'm gonna get there someday.
You're gonna be Hassan has some serious viewers.
He's got some motion.
He's got some motion, but
Does he
I can see
actually
you being
though?
What's that?
I don't think Hassan really has motion like that.
No,
does he?
Hassan's on the decline.
He's
I've
on the
heard
decline?
through the grapevine in terms of his viewership. But is that a word? Viewership? If it isn't, it should be. But the live streaming is fun, and you did that pretty much right after season 2.
Yeah. I started a little bit after season 1, but I really like something about season 2. I think I just didn't have time to make videos, so I was like, fuck it, we're just streaming. And then after that, I was like, I like this better than videos. I still do videos, but they're not the main focus. Now I got a bunch of little things that I'm doing with streaming that hopefully I'll be able to, do something really good with it.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no, I've dabbled with streaming we've both done it a little bit on our completely on our own, because I obviously do the one with Nick and when Sam streams, but it's fun. What was the one you did? Was it with Trish? It was a dating one.
Oh yeah, the dating show one.
That was fun.
I didn't see that. What were you trying to get Trish a date or some shit?
Yeah. It's I feel so stupid when I say this. I thought of this name in like 2 seconds when somebody asked me what to put on the thumbnail, but it was the E-Girlfriend Dating Challenge.
Nice.
And I had Trish, and then there was 3 dudes, and I kind of ambushed her a little bit. I didn't tell her that one of the dudes was going to be Brian.
Oh,
and
shit.
When the reveal comes, you can see she freaks out for a second. And that was fun. I got another one coming up. I've been keeping it under wraps, but it's going to be Turkey Tom at the end of the month. So that's kind of a big one. And I got a surprise. I got a surprise.
That's awesome.
Very cool,
That's a
bro.
good idea.
Yeah, we should do a HK2 live stream one of these days.
We'll do some
Yeah,
live
it should,
streams.
We did call-ins once. That was pretty funny.
We did do call-ins once, and that was pretty good.
You need some streamers always have a little gimmick,
Yeah.
Like Kai Cenat, I looked up what Phantom Tax meant the other day. Or I just looked up the meaning of all that shit, and the term have you ever heard that, phantom text?
I have, but I was too afraid to look it up, so I'm glad you did.
It's apparently it's derived from Kai Cenat streams. When he eats food, every time he takes a bite of food, he calls it attacks. And so he was streaming with this guy Phantom, and Phantom ate a piece of food, and they called it the Phantom tax.
Yes.
Oh man.
So
I do a bit of Chris taxing in the office sometimes. if Ben has like a bag of chips, I'll be like,
I have to pay the Chris tax.
I gotta have a couple of those.
Yeah.
Can't eat that in front of me.
Or like, what is Aiden Ross's gimmick for his streams?
I don't know if he has it. He tends to stream with like
rappers,
bigger people, like rapper, you know. But there's gimmicks. Some people don't have any gimmicks though. Some people are just naturally like funny or entertaining.
Name one.
Sam, when he live streams,
true.
we could just watch a YouTube video about something retarded.
Okay,
and
but
then
that's
make it really
yeah,
funny.
like so Sam's not like a streamer though. Like
no, you're right. He's much the streaming came much after, and it's just kind of a thing. But
yes, but imagine how much more successful Sam would be if he did shit like have
rappers on the
like if he had Lil Uzi pull up to the office, and then
that'd be awesome.
Or like Travis Scott.
That'd be great. That would break the internet.
That would break the internet.
One thing that's been breaking the internet, even though I don't want to be topical, and this might blow this news might be old news by the time this comes out, but the Drake and Kendrick stuff. Have you followed any of that?
Nah, I don't go to like gay porn sites. So I wouldn't know anything about that.
Drake
Scott,
and
you took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, I don't either, but just being on Twitter in general it's just been in my face, and it's Kendrick and Drake are beefing and have been releasing grown men have been releasing diss tracks about each other.
Yeah,
and
Kendrick's been totally slaying Drake.
Yeah, he's saying
I don't know if that's the case. Has he actually?
It seems to be that way. He revealed that Drake had a secret daughter.
Oh no, he did.
Which is kind of crazy to kind of reveal. And then also he said, Drake, you like the girls young, you're a pedophile. Stuff like that. And so I don't know. It's a bit corny, but
honestly, this shit is so gay.
Yeah,
all of that
it is gay.
And I know
Scott was right about the gay
and I know
porn
it's
thing.
topical, but
I had to mention.
To be honest, I don't care if Kendrick Lamar shot Drake 20 times in the head. Drake will always be cooler than Kendrick Lamar to me. I mean, did Kendrick Lamar make fucking God's Plan? I don't think he did. Did he make Elevate? Because those are two Drake songs. I don't even know shit
about Drake or Kendrick.
Dude, honestly, Drake is a musical savant that is comparable to
Mozart.
Whoa. I was going to say Beethoven, any kind of classical composer you think of. I just think Drake's awesome. Drake's so cool.
He's cool,
even though he's a little
fruity.
He does do some fruity shit, but
I had to bring it up just to get it out of the way because I wanted to at least hit one topic.
You know what's more entertaining than that? That's topical currently.
What's that?
How about we talk about the fucking the frat boys at Ole Miss?
Oh man,
yeah.
Totally. You guys take it away with that because I don't know much about that.
The shit is awesome, Scott. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. There's all this like weird shit on Twitter, and I try to just cut through that and look at like the base, which is like, who would I like better in each situation? It'd probably be the dudes that are like high energy, seem like they're nice guys. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I could trust them with my wallet. I don't think the Lizzo chick, you know.
Yeah.
I'd be like looking at her like
Yeah.
man, you know.
Yeah.
Well, she was the like total number
because she's black.
Because she's black.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's because she's fat.
It's because she's fat. Because she would take your wallet and then go to McDonald's
and she'd eat it.
She'd eat the wallet. But no, that was in Mississippi.
That was
correct?
in Oxford, Mississippi. And so it was like 50. It was a protest, a Hamas protest or some shit, and there were 50 protesters, and there were like 200 or 300 counter protesters, and they were basically just they were just being epic and based.
Yep.
And they ended up. Somebody started a GoFundMe, and they ended up raising over $300,000 for a total badass rager.
wait,
to celebrate.
to fund the after party?
Yeah, to fund the after party.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. So
That's an Animal House thing to do.
yeah, that is some Animal House shit, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I have, dude, $300,000.
Yeah, 300. What
You
kind
could
of
throw a party all year.
bro? What kind of party would you? What would you? If you had $300,000 for a party, what would your party look like, Scott?
Fuck, that's a tough one. Because that's almost so much money that it's like, how am I going to use this? I feel like I'd like pool, fucking just endless booze, weed too. I mean, shit, why not weed?
Yeah,
right? I got the money for it.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably like some live music. But the thing is, I'm not sure how much I'd be able to get and who I'd be able to get. You know, maybe. Drake,
maybe Drake.
If his career's tanking because of Kendrick beef, maybe
He needs to start doing parties.
Yeah.
No, $300,000. I don't know what I would do with $300,000. I don't even want to think about that. That's a crazy.
You know what I would do?
What?
$300,000.
Ben's Burger Shop
What? How much? Okay, so to install a McDonald's
into your house, like
into
Richie Rich.
into my house.
Isn't that movie? Remember that Macaulay Culkin movie?
No.
Oh, never
What?
mind.
I don't know what
I
you're
think
talking about.
he was like so rich that he put in McDonald's in his mansion.
Whoa.
So somebody's already thought
Really?
about it. Yeah, we're gonna watch that.
I know what I'm watching.
So you're gonna I think
Richie
it would
Rich.
cost more than $300,000 to install McDonald's in your mansion.
I don't think it would. You know, especially like if you installed it on the outside and you made it like a neighborhood McDonald's.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, it's gonna
you
be
might
public.
turn a profit off.
That's
that.
true.
That's a good
money
idea.
maker right there.
Would you live in a house that had a drive-through attached to it, and one wing of the house was just strictly a restaurant? Even if there
no.
were random cars pulling up through your house
No.
all the time?
So your house is just a restaurant.
But-
Your house is just a McDonald's.
Yes, but you do get free McDonald's, and you're the only one who can go inside.
Maybe.
It is a drive-through, but
That's a pie in the sky right there.
that's a pie in the sky.
I feel like that's what Chinese families do. They just open up restaurants and
They do.
They live in the restaurant.
They do. They
That's-
most certainly do.
And they live up top.
In Vietnam, or in probably a lot of Asian countries, like especially Southeast Asia, they have they'll have a building where they live in it, and then they also have they'll have like a restaurant and a barber shop like in the same in the same fucking space.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's a movie, Slumdog Millionaire. I think it
Yep.
takes place in some shithole in godforsaken India. And there's a similar situation going on over there where they serve feet food on the street, and then when they're
Feet
done
They
mixing
live
the
on the
chili with
street.
their feet, they go into the back and they lay down on their mat. There's a pretty funny show. Have you ever seen the show? It's called Idiot Abroad.
Nah, I've heard of it though. I don't know anything about it.
Chris, have you heard of that?
What is that? Sorry, my aunt was texting me.
You're watching porn? It's called Idiot Abroad.
Idiot Abroad. No, I've never heard of that.
It's a show that's produced by Ricky Gervais, and it's about his friend, his friend who's like slightly retarded.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of you, not in a bad way, but
Great.
okay, well, he's not slightly retarded in
Yeah.
a bad way. It's
Okay,
just,
he's just okay.
he
I
tra-
understand.
He travels
Continue.
though, and he's like, why is this the way it is?
Okay.
He's like, that's ridiculous.
He's an idiot for just being like, so what's the cultural like impotence behind this?
And then,
or
but
whatever.
Ricky Gervais makes him travel, and he's like, I don't want to do this. They're like, you have to ride the camel, and he's like, oh,
This sucks.
he's like, this is bullshit. And then he's like, why would they make me ride a camel if they have a truck that's following right behind
you
me?
gotta be part of the culture.
Oh, so he's not an idiot. He's just autistic.
Yeah, he's just like
Yeah.
extremely autistic. Yeah,
But why, Ricky? Why?
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a truck. Why?
That's a funny show, honestly.
What-
Have you what?
No, I was gonna say what country would you? Well, we could probably list off a lot of countries that we would never want to go to, but is there a country that you want to travel to one day? Anything on your bucket list or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd say Ireland, Italy, and Brazil. Which like he asked for one, but I kind of want to see all of them equally.
Really?
Yeah.
So Ireland, I can totally see Ireland being good. Italy for sure. I've never been to Italy. Brazil. I've seen too many beheading videos from Brazil that scared me away from Brazil. What makes you want to go to Brazil?
I like really fat asses.
Oh, you want the Brazilian
BBLs.
girls. Okay, I get you.
The BBLs.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Plus, like jujitsu, good food.
Oh yeah,
things
yeah.
like that.
BJJ. Get a BJ, do some BJJ, and then
Go fuck with a BBL.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
about the Christ the Redeemer statue? Would you climb it?
Dude, I can't get 10 feet off the ground without shaking.
Yeah,
That's how I lost. Yeah, that's how I lost my job as a chimney sweep when I was 19.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a job as a chimney sweep through a guy I met through my gym. He was this Irish dude named Gary, and we used to all, like, there was 4 of us. We used to all smoke weed in the van before we'd go to jobs.
Damn.
Which that made it so much worse on me. And yeah, that was crazy. We ran a car off the road once.
Oh,
Damn.
fuck.
Yeah, we didn't do it on purpose though, obviously, but like we changed lanes, and fucking I just look in the rear view and I see this car go right off the road, and I'm like, huh, that's weird. And we just keep on going. We didn't feel us collide with it, or maybe we didn't, and maybe they were just like, maybe they overreacted. They're like, oh shit,
Right.
And later on, I get a call from Gary, and he's like, Scott, I got a question for you. He's like, did you run somebody off the road? And I'm like, oh, fucking no. And he's like, well, I'm getting fucking sued.
Whoa.
I was like, oh, my bad, dude.
He's an Irish guy.
Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Damn.
No way. So he canned you?
No, he didn't can me. Not for that. Not for that. It was kind of a because I don't like feeling useless. So it was kind of like a mutual thing where he's like, all right, you should probably find a new job. And I'm like, yeah, I probably should.
Right.
Probably
Okay.
should. Yeah.
Fair enough.
We used to steal from houses and
Oh,
shit like that
shit.
too. That was not good. I was a shithead when I was like 19. But the thing is, we only stole weed that was left out on a fucking coffee table. Though. It was
Right.
like some like college kids that left their weed out.
You
and
weren't
we were
taking
like,
TVs.
Yeah. No TVs or anything like that.
Well, that's good. Chimney sweep.
If Chris were a chimney sweep and he saw an Ibanez in the corner,
I'd grab that guitar
he
so
would have
fast.
dropped the broom and ran.
No, that's too obvious. You can't steal a.
Blocked his boss's
You
number.
can't steal electric guitar.
Have you ever seen like performative quitting videos on YouTube of like people quitting their jobs?
Kind of,
and
yeah.
Really like. There's the most famous one is this guy brings in like a marching band and he hands a note to his boss and he's like, I quit, and then he walks away and he's like, the marching band follows him.
Oh my god!
It's like some. It's like some
Yeah.
Reddit. Yeah, it's like some Reddit shit. It's insane.
Planning out.
Yeah.
Planning out how you're gonna quit your job and then getting all your band friends together to be like, let's come own my boss.
That's how band geeks are. Is they're always looking for a way to insert a fucking tuba into a situation, and it's like so
Yeah.
dumb. I'm very like when somebody tells me, dude, I quit my job, I'm usually like, oh, that place must have sucked. That's good for you. But like if I saw something like that, I'd be like, wow, that guy is such a. I'm glad they're jobless now. I hope they don't have another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, get them on the streets.
Chris, what's the most performative way you've ever quit a job?
I've never performed. No, the last job I had before starting work for Sam, I had, it was like, you know how you put your 2 weeks in.
Oh
The
yeah.
position I had was I was doing IT stuff and other stuff that was very involved that there wasn't anybody else that could like fill for me. So I was like it took 2 months to transition out of my job.
Damn.
Just because I had to train people for like 2 months to do what I was doing. I felt bad. It was kind of like I had a very corporate office job, and I was like, hey, so I have this other opportunity doing video editing and other stuff with some comedians, and they're like, oh shit. So I had to.
You had to train.
But they were good people. They were good people. I didn't. But I just saw how much
You keep in
fun.
touch.
I saw how much fun my friends were having working for Sam, and I was like, I got to do this.
Yeah.
I gotta hop over here. But yeah, it's weird because it's really strange because some people really like their jobs, some people hate their jobs, some people are in between. Some people hate their job but love their coworkers. I've noticed they'll it's like they'll do some grueling work, but they really like develop a relationship with their coworkers. They meet their wives or whatnot, whatever at their job. So, it's really like a social thing too, which is interesting because like now I'm working, but I'm with my friends. It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
It's fun, and I have tons of laughs, but it's a different dynamic than most other jobs where you're with you're just like, oh hey, you're working this place, and you're gonna be with these strangers for a year.
Did you ever get close with any of your coworkers? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Not like super super close, but close enough to where
Would you tell them secrets?
maybe.
Would you be like,
I worked with older women.
oh really?
And it was in a customer service call center. It wasn't a call center, but it was kind of like a call center.
See,
Those are either the best or the worst to work with. There's no in between.
Yeah, it was good. It was. I mean, let's face it. Working with, if you're a guy, if it's like one guy and you're working with all women, you're gonna have a bad time. Well, because women.
Well, no, not necessarily. Not if you're a stud and you end up fucking all of them.
Well, these are like these are not women. You're
excuse me?
not gonna older women. They're not older women that you're not gonna.
They're not attractive older women. They're like geriatric.
Yeah, they're just not. They're not good to go in that sense. But no, the worst part was like the like workplace drama, like them talking, like like when one leaves, one would be like, she was bitchy to me, blah blah blah, and then
Yeah.
So I'm glad to not.
Did you ever get involved in that? Were you like
No, because I was like a 26-year-old kid, like I'm just doing my work, and then, but it was good though.
But now you love workplace drama.
Yeah, we don't have work. Well, I like talking about. I like coming into work and being like, Did you see this video on Twitter?
Yeah.
Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I don't want to keep yapping, but Twitter is
Cesspool.
Cesspool. It is, but it's also has some gems.
Yeah, it has some gems, but it is a complete shit show.
It is. It's fun to see when people dunk on people on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's fun. But then when I post something and then see like the worst reply ever, I'm like, I'm gonna put my phone down for a minute.
Yeah. Well, you showed me one time. Well, I guess I can't say that on the pod. I was going to talk about how Chris showed me something so disgusting on Twitter once that it actually caused me to vomit.
Oh yeah. Let's just say it was.
So let me explain it. Chris,
No, we shouldn't talk about that.
No. I won't go into detail, but this is
It had to do with when girls want to become. When guys want to become girls.
When guys want to become girls.
And it starts with a T.
And it starts with a T.
And it made Ben vomit in person. I sent it to Ben and he vomited in the office.
It's fucked up because I sent Chris a really funny meme. I was like, look at this really funny meme, and it was the most evil anime laugh contest.
That's fun.
And then Chris was like, hey, I have something funnier to show you. And I just immediately started
vomited.
puking. Yeah. It was terrible. My least favorite thing to see on Twitter, the shit that I can't handle, is fucking the accounts that are like worst gore.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or like
that shit sucks.
like what could go wrong, that type of shit.
Yeah.
I don't like watching people die, and I don't like watching bones getting broken.
I already
That's
when I was just gonna say I've been conditioned to where like when I see a video I already know by like within the first three seconds if it's gonna be like something I don't want to watch.
Right,
So I scroll past.
same.
yeah. They all kind of gore videos. They all kind of have like a similar like frame to them.
Yeah, similar setup.
Yeah, I just hate cruelty. Like I don't like seeing people in desperation, and I don't like I don't like people being cruel to other people.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not even like oh I feel sick thing. It's like I feel like insanely angry
Yeah.
thing. You know?
Yeah, especially like even fighting stuff when it's like a
Yeah, like
street-
a gnarly knockout where it's like some dude gets his head cracked open, like
or
hits the
bullying.
ground. Bullying.
Like even school you see somebody being cornered. It's to incite fear and
Unease.
anger and
Yeah.
it's really bad, and we're not making a good case for Twitter right now, even though I know we all use
Honestly,
it.
I think Twitter is awesome though. I still use it.
It is good for the function of what it does in terms of reaching out to people and networking.
Did you see my tweet the other day?
Doc Holiday.
Yeah.
That's
I saw
funny,
that
yeah.
one too.
There was the Asian gunslinger.
Because you don't tweet too often.
I don't.
I noticed that.
No,
and
I
I was like,
don't.
Ben tweeted? And I was like, yep,
There it is.
he did good with this one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wish I was. I mean, the Chinese. I've never seen a Chinese person in cowboy attire before. To be honest, I didn't
mean,
know. I didn't even know Chinese people could do that with guns. Frankly,
They most certainly can.
I thought they only used katanas and nunchucks and airplanes
Throwing stars.
Airplane.
and throwing knives. Yeah,
Kamikazes.
shurikens.
Yeah.
If we ever went to war with China, I would not be worried. Frankly.
Yeah, nah.
Because it would be a Chinese guy in like a blacked out thing, and he'd be running at me with his arms behind his back.
Yeah.
He'd be throwing shurikens at me. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey there, buddy. Guess what? And I'd be like that, and
Yeah.
I'd just shoot him down.
They would have
Shoot his
guns.
ass
Hell
up.
yeah.
I don't think they would.
Okay.
No. But the Chinese, yeah, nah. I've seen videos of the Chinese marching with guns.
Their guns shoot swords.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their guns shoot
That'd be
knives and
insane.
shurikens.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
That would be dope.
But, no, I don't think, knock on wood,
What's the coolest gun that you could kill somebody with?
a bazooka.
A bazooka?
I say that every time.
You're
You ever
obsessed.
play Grand Theft Auto when you shoot a car with a bazooka or a group of people?
That is pretty fun.
But
will say.
I'm being a little facetious. I don't know. I don't know enough about guns to.
You just like the idea of having a bazooka to blow up cars and people.
Well, it'd be really funny if you shot somebody with a rocket launcher and it hit them directly, and they'd probably just explode.
Jeez.
I know it's gruesome, but I'm not.
No,
you,
well,
you
that's-
asked the question.
no, well, I don't think it would explode. It would probably
You would pierce them
pierce them.
and then explode like at a
And then
house behind
and
them.
explode in the house behind them.
They're just
And they
just
would just be
looking
standing
through a
there.
hole in
Yeah,
their
they'd
own
be
chest,
looking
like,
through the hole.
whoa.
Yeah.
Exactly. It'd be cartoon style. What about you? What gun? What was the original question?
The original
what
question-
gun? What would be the coolest gun to kill somebody with?
I was like, what's
kinda fucked up.
What's the craziest gun you could kill someone with?
What would be Scott?
I don't know. I mean, I've fired guns a few times in my life, but nothing like too out there.
Yeah.
You know what? Probably like a smooth bore musket.
Oh, yeah.
Something that like would really leave a hole in somebody.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be pretty crazy.
A musket. Yeah,
Where
that'd
would
be
you
cool.
aim for the chest?
Yeah, you got to aim like center mass because
Yeah.
that way you're gonna get the most meat blown out of them. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready?
Defending.
You guys ready
defending
for
your-
this?
What?
I'm in a tree. They're walking beneath me. The enemies.
You've already fantasized about
I've
this.
got my gun ready to go. Do you want to know what it is?
What is it?
I'm going to tell you anyways. It is
a Canic,
a sniper rifle.
50 cal.
It's a sniper rifle with a really long scope. However, it's a I'm making this up as I go. It's a handgun.
What?
It's a sniper, but it's like a handgun. Okay, so you have a scope. You can scope in on people without losing.
So it's a
like-
made up device.
It's a made up gun, basically. Yes,
Okay.
but it's a
It's a sniper with a switch.
a pistol with the accuracy of a sniper, essentially.
Okay.
And it shoots shotgun bullets as far as sniper bullets with the exact same accuracy.
Okay.
So,
You like describe your favorite.
And you're waiting in a tree. They're only like 10 feet away from you too.
Ben is basically describing like, so my ideal woman would be like a 10 out of 10, stays at home, doesn't complain,
Yeah.
cooks me meals every day, and there's 3 clones of her.
But can you imagine having a gun, a pistol with the accuracy of a sniper that shoots the bullets of a shotgun?
Well, we better start talking to these gun companies and pitching ideas.
That's kind of like they had a buck and ball, and I guess it's more accurate than like I'm talking about Civil War shit. I got into like the Civil War over the last year. They had buck and ball, and it was like shotgun pellets you'd load into a musket, and it was actually more accurate than just like a regular bullet because the spread would like hit people more.
Right.
Yeah.
Buck and ball.
Buck and ball. What made you interested in the Civil War?
I figured out one of my ancestors was in it in a regiment called the Harvard Regiment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and from there I was like, oh shit, I want to learn about this, and
that's cool.
Now I'm like an annoying McClellan was a good general kind of guy.
Okay. So I think I don't know too much about the Civil War. I actually don't know too much about much history, some history, but not much. But I know American history seems pretty interesting and worth getting to know.
Yeah. It's just who are we killing this year? That's American history, and it's a good thing in my opinion. I'm not one of those like, oh well, we killed the Indians. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we didn't, was there going to be a Native American Wakanda by now here? I don't think so.
The Indians, the Indians are.
They needed us.
They were happy. All that shit about.
They wanted to be
You
colonized.
guys are colonized. We didn't use force.
What did we buy Manhattan for? Like a
Literally
50 cents?
0 Indians died. They were all relocated successsually.
Yeah,
And
they're all in
without
fucking
harm.
Oklahoma or wherever the fuck.
The fucking Trail of
Fuck 'em.
Tears.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna get another beer.
Scott, you want one?
Yeah, I'll grab one.
I'll grab you one.
Oh, thank you.
Another one, Chris.
Sure, why not? We're talking about Civil War. Well, it's funny because just from a podcast standpoint, and this might be cliche or retarded, but I know Shane Gillis, who has indeed the. Oh, look at this guy. I know Shane Gillis, who has a very successful podcast, is really into American history and the Civil War, probably. He's talked a lot about American history on his podcast, and so when you mentioned the Civil War, it reminded me of that.
Yeah, I listen to his stuff too.
Yeah, I love it.
It makes me mad though, because like that's how history guys are. Is like you're here, I'm here.
Yeah.
Just that much difference is like, no, it's not how it happened.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like there's room for error, or maybe people. Well, the history is like, at least like recent history, like 100, 200, 300 years ago. That's all pretty well documented. Like there's no maybes, right? Essentially, or are there?
Yeah, I mean, like
Disputes or about what actually happened.
yeah, like it's pretty well documented, but like it's weird because it's not like like a Civil War battle. Like I started playing a game that like simulates them. It's literally like a Civil War sim, and when you think of a Civil War battle, you think like it's like I'm the Union, Ben is the Confederacy. We're this far away from each other, just like blasting each other. Nah, it's like I'm here, Ben's all the way down the street.
Yeah.
And like we're trying to hit each other. So it's like it's hard for someone to be sitting there like, oh yeah, and then this happened and that happened. So you'll have like this guy's diary who he said this, and then you'll have that guy's diary.
His
who said
story
that.
and his story, and like which one, what actually happened because of his bias and whatnot. Or
and it's like, what about her story? You know?
her story.
Yeah, her story.
They should have called it her story.
Exactly.
But yeah. Well, no, they were that was just her story was just marital and some other shit. I don't know, right?
that's true.
Because
It's
that's what happened.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean,
Sorry, I didn't mean to go.
Well,
dark.
if you want to talk about, I read an interesting little tidbit about history the other day that when Germany was being overtaken towards the end of World War II by the Russians, and the Russians were like marching on German land, they were like raping the shit out of German families, like the women and the children and shit. They were just, the Russians were being ruthless.
Yep.
And that's why Joseph Goebbels killed his whole family with cyanide.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want them.
Oh, he wanted to get rid of them before they got
He wanted to
tortured.
get rid of them so the Russians, because the Russians probably would have they would have done worse.
That's dark.
It is dark, yeah.
I guess that's a good. Yeah, I guess that's honorable.
Would you rather kill your whole family or like allow that?
Yeah. I would have done what he did. Yeah.
I would have done what he did since birth, frankly.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
No, I'm kidding.
Wait, that was made up. The story.
No. I was saying I would have done what Joseph Goebbels did since birth.
Oh.
Become a Nazi.
Become a Nazi. Yeah. Well, one thing I want to say was, or ask, because you had mentioned Civil War. The Civil War here was because I don't know much about it, but is the consensus that the Confederacy was like the Republicans and the other guys were like the libs?
Didn't it switch at some point? Like the Democrats used to be the Republicans, and the Republicans used to be like weren't the
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like isn't historically the KKK a Democratic thing? Like didn't the Democrats do that?
I think label wise it was like that.
I think we've always been the good guys, frankly. I think we've always been the good guys.
We know.
Because historically you would think that the Confederacy was a Republican thing.
But when I'm talking about Republican, I'm not talking about what it was called back then. I'm talking about conservatives. There's a it was progressive to want to free slaves back in the day. It was
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was progressive to want to own slaves.
Maybe it was.
Get with the times, old man. We own the blacks now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I'm only asking this because I don't.
Because you want to.
I don't want to keep harping on the Civil. Because when you said the Civil War, in my brain, for some reason, was like, oh, Scott probably can answer every Civil War question because you're talking about researching it. But
it's kind of tough because there's a lot of propaganda and there's a lot of shit. Like I'm working on a video on my ancestors' regiment right now.
Okay.
And I'm noticing not just stuff about Massachusetts, because if you look up the Massachusetts Civil War, it's just the 54th Massachusetts. It's all you get. There was 60 something regiments, but 54th is all you get because it was the first black regiment in the Civil War.
okay.
But the South, slavery played a part in it. They definitely did. It definitely did. But I don't think that was 110% what it was.
Yeah.
Because you had Maryland, Delaware, and I think, I forget if Missouri was or was not. I know they had regiments that were Confederate, but for some reason, I feel like there's some weird stuff. But Maryland, Delaware, and there was another slave state or two that didn't secede. They actually fought for the Union.
Oh, because it's right on the border.
Yeah,
it's right on the Mason-Dixie line.
Yeah, and so it's kind of a weird thing where it's the Democrats, you had Northern Democrats that were they were pro-slavery, but they were anti-secession. And then you had Southern Democrats who were, both, and then you had some that were pro-slavery, anti-secession. But the Democrats were very pro-slavery for the most part. You had the Whigs and the Republicans, but eventually it just became the Republicans. They were anti-slavery, and they say that it switched at some point, but what are you gonna continue? You're gonna tell me modern day Republicans are put them back in chains? You know?
Right.
That ain't happening.
Right.
Yeah. No. I should.
American history is very interesting.
I should look into that. It's probably good to know, especially me and Ben are always like, "Oh, it's so great that we live in this country and we don't know shit about the history." We
Speak
should
for
know
your,
about-
speak for your damn self, Chris. I know a thing or two.
You do know a thing. You
I
actually
dabble.
do. You actually do know a fair amount that I do.
American
that
history is cool. Okay, well, I don't know shit about the Civil War. I'll be honest. I kind of
We
like,
should know though.
the Civil War. I personally think that the Revolutionary War was a lot more interesting than the Civil War, because that's like, you know,
That's where we started.
bro. That's the U.S. That's the Brit. I saw a funny tweet. It was like, "What's the first thing you think of when you think of Britain?" And the quote tweet was how they blew a 13 colony lead, which is true, because
Hell
we did.
yeah.
We smashed them. We
did.
did. We've
We
been
did.
winners since birth.
And
And
we beat their asses, and then they came back like after regrouping in 1812, and we fought them off. Like
Again?
they say, oh, because they burned D.C. They hold that over our heads, but like you guys could have and should have, for all intents and purposes, like retaken us if it came down to it, but you didn't. Eventually, they were just like, all right, this is more trouble than it's worth. We're just walking off. You know,
Right.
we'll call it a draw. And it's like, oh, you call it a draw. I call it, you guys are too pussy to finish a job.
Is that are you? So would that be the War of 1812 that you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that, but I didn't know that was against the British. So what did they come with the intention of reconquering the U.S.? Was that the initial plan?
I don't necessarily 100% think it was, but like it would make sense that they would at least think about that, because there was like basically what happened is it was like a jealous ex-girlfriend who, like, you know, goes and keys your car. Like they were trying to fuck with us, and we were like, yo, knock it off. And I'm not sure, like I forget exactly what caused the outbreak of the war, but like they invaded. You know, they invaded through Canada, and they invaded through you know, naval battles and stuff like that. I think there was like New Orleans, and then our national anthem comes from Fort McHenry, which I believe is in Baltimore, Maryland. I could be wrong. Like they did, you know, if they took us over, like it would have made sense for them to be like, well, you know, we haven't been gone for long. Why don't we just, you know, slide right in there?
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, but we fucked them up.
Well,
'cause
the
they're
weird
pussies.
part is too to think about this is they are us in the sense that the British came to the British came to America, and they were us, and then from the jump. I mean, I guess if you want to talk about like Christopher Columbus, or who was from what, Spain.
Yeah, but they went over like if I mean I could be wrong about this. I'm like 99% sure I'm correct though. Like if you look at like the countries in Europe, a lot of them literally just did that. So like where they settled or where they ended up was literally just draw a straight line right to left.
Yeah, just go west in the sea.
Yeah.
Because I know, what is it? Like Spain.
It was
Spain. I mean, Spain
Portugal.
took over South America.
I think
right?
Christopher Columbus was from he was a Portuguese or some shit.
He was Italian, but I think it was the Portuguese
Yeah, the
that
Portuguese-
funded his shit. 'Cause
Exactly,
You could
yeah.
just that's one of the things that I like about history is like there's so much like, oh, like I'm just gonna go to this king and be like, yo, could I have some cash and go fuck some people up? And they'll be
Yeah.
like, sure, yeah. Here,
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah.
That's whenever I play Europa Universalis, which is like the online or not the, it's like the you get to play as a country and you get to
Yeah.
try to take over the world.
Like playing Risk, the board game.
I'm not playing Risk. No, I've never
Have you played Risk?
I've never played Risk. No.
I've never completed a game at Risk. I've played, but I've never finished.
It's a long game. But
It's like Monopoly for military stuff. My bad. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
No, I don't have anything to say. I just was.
You're
talk-
playing Europa?
I was just gonna say how I always start as the country of Portugal because they're the most fun to play around like the 1480s.
we got a lot of Portuguese people up here. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'd say an excessive amount, frankly.
Too many.
Yeah, I'd say there's a little
Get
bit
them out of
too
here.
many.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not. It's excessive.
Well, it's not racist to talk shit about Portuguese people because they're like white
that's
European people. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's
There's
okay.
a super high concentration of Portuguese people here.
Yeah.
What confuses me about Portugal is like how like what happened, because you have Spain and then there's just like on one side it's like just Portugal, and it's not even like the whole coast. It's like Spain.
They just moved all the goofy people to fucking
Portugal.
Yeah, all the Spanish people that were too goofy, they just moved. They were like, they speak a little weird. They have like a weird language. No, let's push them right here. We'll call it Portugal.
I wonder if
Portugal, which is Spanish for retard.
Yeah. Portugal. That's what Portuguese means. That's what
there was some like there used to be some Muslim country that was like a part of Spain.
Yeah, well, I think the Moors?
Yeah,
because Spain is so close to Africa, North
yeah.
Africa, and all of North Africa is predominantly Muslim. So the Arab Empire, again, I should not be talking about this
No,
because
you're
I
right.
don't know my history. The Arab
something.
Empire was from like Saudi Arabia and like the Levant. What is it called? Levant.
I think it's Levant.
The Levant, like where like Israel and Jordan and all that is, and like Saudi Arabia and Iran. Moved in through North Africa, like Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, and then Spain is so close that there's a big Muslim influence in like Spain, or at least southern Spain.
So let's talk about future. 50,
You holding crypto?
50 years from now.
You holding any crypto?
Yeah, I haven't. You see, I subscribe to the winning tactic of buy high, sell low. So
There you go.
I'm
You're just
fucking
constantly getting.
yeah.
constantly.
I'm always getting fucked up. It's because like I buy crypto, and I buy crypto when everyone's freaking out about it. Which if people are freaking out about it, it's already too late.
Yeah.
And
I've done that too.
yeah, I've learned to just leave it alone, because like if I buy it like 50,000 when Bitcoin's 50K.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fine. It's gonna go down to like maybe 30, if that. But I don't know. Maybe next 5-10 years it'll hit 70, 100. You know, and it's like, all right, I gotta just buy and leave it alone.
It's a long game.
Yeah,
It's definitely a long game because I've been to the point where like if I don't have savings or money to play around with, I shouldn't be buying crypto and
Playing with crypto.
I shouldn't. If I'm if I don't have the funds to like play around, it should be, unless somebody treating Bitcoin as a savings fund, I shouldn't play around with it. And you don't.
I don't even know what crypto is, frankly.
Yeah, that's good. It's better off that way. I think.
I just missed that train, and then I was like, you know what? I think I was pretty deep into the watching YouTube videos hole by the time crypto came out. I was running YouTube all the time. Yeah. I was also really into PUBG around the time that you were supposed to buy crypto.
Yeah. So you weren't.
So I wasn't really.
You were playing PUBG.
I wasn't too focused on the price of Bitcoin. I was more about PUBG.
Yeah, you're more about like.
I'm like, where's that damn?
When you were what?
I'm like,
12?
where's that damn op? No, not when I was 12.
16?
I was like in college. I was like 19.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty old. In high school,
Pretty
I played.
damn old.
Yeah, I was pretty old.
Ben's old.
Yeah, I'm the youngest one here. So how about that?
It's true.
How old are you, Scott?
29.
Yeah, right.
Me too. We're the same age.
Wait, really?
When's your birthday? You don't have to say the exact day, but
It's mid-November.
November.
Yeah.
November. Oh, I'm older. I'm August.
Really?
Oh shit, my cousin's August.
Nice. 30.
Are you really
this year.
29?
Yeah.
No fucking
Why?
way.
You think I was older or
I
younger?
thought you were older.
Yeah, everybody did. Everybody does.
That's awesome.
I didn't think you. I thought you were like. Honestly, before I even knew your age, I was like, I bet he's the same age as me.
Yeah, and that's how I felt about you and Jet and you.
That I was.
Yeah.
No, Jet and Ben are fucking little tykes.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Don't I act
Couple of
mature?
little guys.
Chris.
1999.
Chris,
that's
don't
your
I-
birthday. That's
don't
such
I-
a weird number.
Yeah, but I act like I'm 40. Frankly.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't act like
I
you're
have
40.
the demeanor of a 40-year-old.
No, you don't.
And the wisdom of an 80-year-old.
No.
I do believe.
You have the confidence of maybe something that age.
Well, I'm not.
Also, your socks kind of match your hat right now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh
with that.
shit, they do.
Is that your OG
like
hat
crazy
that you
well.
found? Did you find your OG hat?
I did not find my OG
That's the
hat.
clone.
This is the clone. Yeah.
I see.
Everyone on the pod, I have some bad news. The OG Ben beanie has been despawned permanently. It's despawned.
How do you know?
Oh man.
Because I've checked literally every single place that I've ever been in my entire life, top to bottom. And
Okay.
I flew back to California to look for it, and he wasn't even there. I didn't do that, but I did check everywhere, and yeah, it's probably one of the bigger L's of my life.
It's okay. I mean, it's a hat.
It's a hat, but I did get the next best thing, which is orange. Happens to be my favorite color.
Wait, you have orange?
This is orange, the one I'm wearing now.
That's orange?
This is
It
orange.
looks red to me.
It looks red.
Yeah.
That's
Probably
that's
the lighting.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll take that.
It's probably red, and you're probably just kind of...
It looks
Not right about
it
that.
It looks similar to the one that I had.
Yeah.
Almost exactly the same, some would say.
Yeah. Well, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
What?
Custom
Custom beanie?
that closely resembles your OG one.
Oh, snap. I got to figure that out.
Oh, snap. You sounded really excited for that.
Do you have or do you have any articles of clothing that you can't live without? No.
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
he's
I'm
normal.
I'm sure I do. You see, the
He's
thing
normal?
is,
Yeah.
thing is, I had gym clothing, like shit that was branded for my gym, and then I had to leave my gym, and I kind of left on bad terms. So I was like, "Fuck this," and I like threw it all out. And now, like,
I get that.
I made up with the coach. Like, things are cool. We were both kind of just being dickheads, and we got over it.
Yeah.
This is like 7-8 years ago. This happened, and now I'm back there, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? Why did I do that?"
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because you could have had your shit now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not. There's like one band T-shirt from high school that I wish I had. You could probably guess what band it is.
Meshuggah.
Yep. And but you know, one weird phenomenon that maybe you guys have experienced, and I think there's, I haven't looked it up, but I just thought of it now because I had this happen to me, but old shirts that you have on a rack, like on a clothing, on a hanger, like T-shirts. Mm-hmm. Have you ever gotten holes on the bottom of the shirt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I was told that's moths, but like I've never seen a moth in my room.
I've never seen a moth in my room either, and I used to get that a ton when I was in high school, and I don't know what that's. I thought I was just because I was fat,
Wear and tear.
but
Shit
I don't know.
happens.
I have to research.
It's called
that.
planned obsolescence.
It's called planned obsolescence. That's actually that's a real
Apple
thing.
T-shirts.
Yeah, that's
Apple T-shirts,
That's so,
yeah.
dude, that's so true. The planned obsolescence thing is fucked, but I won't go into that.
No,
are you
go
iPhone? Are you team iPhone or Android?
No, I got an Android.
Android. Okay, fair enough.
Green texting.
Yeah.
There you go. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's all
We
good.
were Instagramming. That's how. But I've gone from like Android to iPhone to Android to iPhone throughout my life.
You're not loyal.
Well, I mean, back in the day, the affordable phone was an Android, and it still is for the most part. So because iPhones are retardedly expensive, but
Google makes better, cooler phones than Apple does. They make
Google.
Do they?
They make
Pixel?
like folding screen phones.
I think
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
stupid
yeah.
gimmick.
You think that's a super gimmick?
Yeah. It's a stupid gimmick.
A
You
stupid
don't have
gimmick.
a folding phone, do you?
Nah. My sister-in-law does. I don't know why. My sister-in-law has like 3 phones.
Nice.
I think she
Okay.
might be.
Drug dealer?
Drug dealer.
trapping.
She's trapping with the
Yeah.
3 phones.
Well, one of them is one of those, and it's kind of cool. But I could see how it could also be a gimmick.
I think it's cool, but I guess it's cool for making it smaller. But there's guitars that fold, but they don't stay in tune. They're like retarded. It's like a cool design, but it's like,
You would rather just have the classic.
well, I think it's more of an idea of like some fucking Chinese factory was like, we can make foldable touchscreen, and they're like, let's make 90 phones with that.
Yeah.
It's just like, just like I'll go more into this into the Patreon because we're almost there. But this is some retarded fat guy knowledge, or not knowledge, but theorizing. Taco Bell.
Oh,
They have their new Cantina chicken menu. Have you seen that?
No.
No?
Nah.
I'll go into this on in detail on the Patreon, but it's their
Cantina chicken.
Cantina chicken menu, and it's because I'm almost positive, I might be wrong, but it's a bunch of new menu items that use chicken instead of beef, because most people get beef products at Taco Bell, and it's because they. My theory is that they got too much chicken in the taco. They bought too much chicken in the Taco Bell factory, or people aren't buying enough chicken products. That the marketing team is like, we need to make a new campaign that sells chicken products, and
I see.
So they're trying to push chicken because people don't eat enough chicken products at Taco Bell.
Why don't they just stop carrying chicken?
Because then people would be butthurt about not getting a chicken quesadilla.
I see.
Now, Scott, this is more that this discussion is more in line of our past
with what we
usually
talk about.
We usually talk about retarded fast food shit, and which is like we're trying to move away from, because
I mean, speak for yourself.
We're always down for it, but it's all at the same time.
I personally,
how many fast food conspiracies can you go through?
Exactly, and it's listeners will probably be sick of that at that point, but that is my theory about the Cantina chicken.
The marketing team has,
and I'm probably right. I'm not gonna. I know it's retarded and to even talk about, but I'm probably right.
I'll call my guy and get to the bottom of it.
Taco Bell rep.
We got a Taco Bell rep. Yeah.
Taco Bell is fucking fucked.
Yeah.
Gross.
I could see what you're saying though, because like I worked at a Price Right.
Yep.
And they gave us the rundown.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, sometimes we just have stuff because it fell in our lap.
Yeah, exactly.
And like
you need to get rid of it.
Yeah, like one week they have like a sale on Pepsi.
Yeah.
And it's like they've never had Pepsi, they never will have Pepsi again. They just happen to they just found it. It fell off the back of a truck.
Yeah.
And they're selling it now.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, they'll have too much of one product or something like that, and they're like, get rid of it. Get rid of this product because
push the soup.
Campbell's Chunky Soup is
Campbell's Chunky Soup is past its best.
It's almost past due.
We have to. Yeah,
it's true though. It's true.
And then you go to check out, and they go, "Have you tried our new Kit Kat?"
Yeah, some stupid bullshit.
Kit Kat Sour Slams.
He's sour, dude.
Have you tried our new single-use heroin?
Yeah.
Like,
Price Right heroin. Although I will say, Price Right is good for. I've definitely shopped there for canned goods. If I ever want to get canned goods for cheap, or like products certain products I would get there because they were like, I could go to Stop and Shop or somewhere else or Dave's or something to get something like canned goods or whatever, but they're always cheaper at Price Right. Yeah. I appreciate Price Right. I'm sure you have a different opinion on Price Right because you work there.
Nah, I like Price Right as a store, but Price Right is like Market Basket for Brazilians and like Caribbean people.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. It's for economically
it's for slugs.
It's for economically
human
disparaged
slugs.
people.
On the Patreon, I'll talk about my Costco experience.
There you go.
I went to Costco and I was just on edge the whole time.
I don't blame you.
It was crazy.
We're gonna switch over to the Patreon. You can follow Scott Sullivan at Instagram is Scott Sullivan MMA.
Yeah.
Scott Sullivan MMA, and then the what are the other socials?
Scott Sullivan MMA on YouTube, and then at Sullivan_MMA on Twitter.
Sweet, hell yeah!
And follow all of those.
Follow all those immediately.
Right
or
now.
I will come to your house and bleep you.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Bye-bye.